Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Walk and Talk Faith Devotional. I'm your host, Annie, and today's devotional is titled Fear of Missing Out, and we'll be reading from Psalm 84, verse 5, the NASB version, and it reads, "Blessed is the person whose strength is in you, in whose heart are on the roads to Zion." Today's devotional speaks about our go, go, go culture and how we're always running from here to there. It also highlights FOMO, fear of missing out, which I'm completely guilty of. I used to thrive on FOMO, thinking that having that mentality of being in the know at all times was a good thing. I suppose that would be true for what you can control, but oftentimes that isn't always the case, nor is it healthy. I believe if God wants you to know something, He'd guide you, He'd order your steps and lead you toward it. I also believe that God may only want you to have access to limited things by design. Learning all you can is great, but also taking your time to perfect something is even better. I think too that when we try to overbusy ourselves, which I'm completely guilty of doing, we make more time for other things rather than spend time with God. When we serve or do too many things, we become like Martha in that staying busy was the best way to serve God. She also complained that her sister Mary wasn't helping her because she was sitting at Jesus' feet listening to his teaching. In those times, women were not allowed to be in the same room with men while the men were learning about the Torah or God's messages in the Old Testament. The men were to teach their wives later in private. It was customary for women to prepare foods for house guests. Then the rightful place for a woman was in the kitchen or tending to household things. Jesus' teaching broke that cultural barriers altogether. Martha complained to Jesus about Mary's behavior and lack of respect for her, when in reality, Jesus wanted Martha to take notice of what Mary was doing. Jesus rebuked Martha's concerns and emphasized that Mary had chosen what was better, focusing on the essential elements of faith and devotion. He also stressed that he was there for a limited time, and the time is now to draw close to him and learn all they could about his teachings. So the story is often interpreted as a lesson about prioritizing spiritual matters over worldly tasks, suggesting that being present with Jesus and listening to his teachings is more important than being preoccupied with service. The story does not condemn the act of service, but rather it highlights the importance of finding a balance between service and devotion to Jesus. So my takeaway from this is to do what my kids have always said to me in the past: live in the now. Relish what is happening. Be still and know where God is leading you. Be still and know that God is speaking to you today and every day. He doesn't just speak to you once a day, once a week, or once in a while. He is speaking to us all the time. So FOMO, or fear of missing out, now means to me that I am not quiet enough to hear God's voice, and that would be a tragedy in and of itself. So be still and know that He is God, and the fear of missing out would be that you are not listening to God's voice, that you're not taking the time to listen to God's voice. So take time to hear God's voice. I hope you enjoyed this devotional. Have a blessed day.